what I need to talk about more than grinding on the game itself, because we already know we're in a dead season. Not much is going well, not much. Just nothing is going on right now in Fusion World, except all the leaks has been popping up. So that's definitely what we're going to talk about today. This is part 2.5 for the week because I already did week 2 for yesterday stream, but they dropped out of leaks today, so I wanted to talk about that as well. And I'm very excited to tell you guys about the leaders that's coming off of set 5, and I'm happy that the picks that I chose, as in my opinion, most of them came out correct. One of them was kind of like wanted to be that, but ended up being something else. But it was in the same category, which I was kind of excited about because I had like an idea about it. Um, but yeah, we're gonna get to it. But before we get to it, if you're new to my channel, press that follow button, subscribe to my channel, and I definitely hope you guys enjoy my stream. So going back into the leaks of yesterday, I gave you guys um, my opinions of what was gonna be dropped for leaders. I told you that black. There was rumors about two starter decks coming out, two black starter decks. So it gives more options for black to use variety of cards, so they can catch up to every other color since they're two sets behind. But Bandai went with another direction with it, and they're actually coming out um, a little bit later during the year with those starter decks. But the leaders is going to be different, right? Um, Also, the leaders that I chose, you know, we're gonna go to it one by one, and hopefully you guys are excited because I know I'm excited with all these leaders that's coming out. Um, Me for sure, I'm gonna stick to black because black I just got so far. I am so fond of black right now. It balances everything out. It has everything that you need into key pieces of bouncing back cards, popping off the board, paralyzing, like stuff like that, right? And recycling from the grave. Um, Still doing the searches, manipulating the top of your deck, and stuff like that. Basically, it takes a little bit, piece by piece, of every other color, and they just made black with it, which I'm kind of excited about. So we already know these are the leaders that's coming out. Hopefully, you guys are ready. So they have leaked all 5 leaders for each color, and I'm excited about it because I personally hit the jackpot with most of these. So we already knew about Sun Goku meaning for Daima for red because they leaked that one on its own um sometime last week. I told you guys about Gogeta and Janemba coming out for black, and they ended up, and it was supposed to be the starter decks. That was the rumor, but I guess Bandai went with another route and actually changed it. The characters are still coming out for set 5, but Janemba is actually going to be yellow instead of Bio Brawly. I said Bio Brawly because of the cards that was leaked. So um, that means set 6 will be Bio Brawly because of the cards that it's coming out um, now. It's based on Bio Brawly, unless they just leave it for later on during the year and everything else. So Janemba is gonna come out for yellow. For black is gonna be Gogeta. I'm definitely excited about it. That Gogeta is the black leader. I'm having so much fun with Bardock right now. That's my favorite character. That's why I'm still playing Bardock for 2 seasons in. I tried Baby. I like Baby as well, but I feel like Bardock is gonna get its key pieces for the next set that is gonna make Bardock still strong, and it's not gonna be one of those decks that just falls into the cracks and nobody gets to play again. Because right now, black, every leader is getting played. For green, I called it. I definitely called it for green. I said it was Goku because they love to drop a lot of Goku leaders. We already had one Goku, and I already knew they was gonna drop a second one. Even though we're looking at 4 Gokus in this set, just 2 of them was fused. But I definitely said either Kaioken Goku, which is that's what it is. Kaioken Goku turning Super Saiyan, or it was gonna be Lord Slug, but it had to be somebody from the Planet Namek era. Um, so yeah, I hit the jackpot on that. The Gogeta I hit as well. Janemba, they came out with Janemba, but it didn't come out with black. It came out with yellow. So I'm kind of interested how Janemba's gonna play because Majin Buu definitely put yellow back on the map. Um, because you see, in locals, Janemba is being played a lot. Nah, Janemba, Majin Buu Evil is getting played a lot. Client, I don't see him a lot, but I know if I rank up a little bit higher, I'm definitely gonna see it. And then for blue, I said it was Gold Tanks. Like I had a feeling it was gonna be a fusion, but it ended up being Vegito, which is still close. It's a 50-50. I still I still get half a point for that because I had a feeling it was gonna be a fusion leader, and it ended up being Vegito instead of Gold Tanks. But I definitely hit 3 out of the 4 leaders. Just the color was kind of off with the Janemba, and then the fusion was the other fusion that they wanted to talk about, which I kind of find it weird that they dropped the Vegito and the Goten. I mean Gogeta and the Vegito. What I thought they was gonna do with the leaders was because there is rumors that they're gonna be supposedly coming out with dual colors. So I thought that they was gonna open up dual colors with fusion with the fusion leaders. So you have Vegito, you have the Gogeta, you have Gold Tanks. If they wanted to come out with another Majin Buu fused differently, you have the Super U. Like you have potential other leaders that fused and everything else for the dual colors. But I'm not sure right now that they're gonna come out with dual colors. So we just gonna see what Bandai does from here on out. But they are coming out with a lot of stuff. They literally leaked a lot of things that is gonna make Set 5 definitely a big impact to the game because Set 4 was definitely a big impact. Where they dropped the ball was the events, the diamond events, the ultimate battle events, the regionals, like those big events. They didn't really push for Set 4, and it would have made a lot of people join the Fusion World um community because Set 4 basically balanced every single color into Set 4 into the set basically because yellow was off the grid. You rarely saw people playing yellow, but now with Majin Buu on board, a lot of people playing Majin Buu. Daima for Reddit, Daima Goku is being played a lot. The Jiren is still getting played. The Beerus is still getting played. The blue you have the blue Vegeta still getting played hands down. You have um, Halo Cool, Dead Cool, Satan City, whatever you want to call it. Now with this set, it kind of boosted it up to be the most aggressive blue deck that you can actually play. They playing that. The Gohan, I feel like people was trying it out, but they're not falling for it. So they're still leaning towards the Vegeta and the Halo Cool. And then you have the Zamasu that's back after 2 sets because that was a Set 2 leader. Now it's back to was it a Set 2 or was it Set 3? Whatever set it was, now it's back after a whole new set. Zamasu came back and got the pieces that it needed. It wasn't a pieces connected to that leader, but it was a support for blue basically. Green, I feel like green still is locked in with Android 17 still being on top dog. Every other green leader, I hardly see people playing in locals. But when I play client, I see people playing the Cell. I don't see people playing the Gohan. I rarely see people play Brawly. But when they do play Brawly, it's like if you got the right cards in your hand and you want to go at bro, that they already know they're gonna lose. Um, then when the Vegeta came out, Vegeta was supposed to be the deck that basically put the Saiyan race back on the map with green. But I guess it didn't because it's still missing a couple of pieces. Hopefully it gets its pieces for Set 5. But now they're coming out with another Goku green, first green Goku for Set 5 coming in. So hopefully that deck actually builds up. So I feel like the cards that's gonna support this Goku is gonna somewhat support um the Vegeta. So I feel like these two is gonna be neck and neck on what people will play if they are playing green. But Android 17 is still gonna be number one unless they come out with a ban list, which I spoke about yesterday. Um, the Gogeta, I feel like every black leader that has come out has been strong. Um, they potentially use each other's cards, but there's like, at least there'd be like three, four cards that each deck owns on its own, and those is what builds the deck itself, and then everything else is just staples. I feel like black is definitely real well balanced when it comes to having staples and other cards that you know certain leaders could use to manipulate the situation when it comes to certain battles and certain colors. And then the Janemba, we're just gonna have to see how Janemba works because yellow starts hot, people start liking it, but the problem is when they start getting comfortable with it, when opponents start playing yellow so many times, they start seeing the weak points, and the weak points it's become so obvious that now yellow starts falling apart again. Because that's what happened with Frieza. Frieza was definitely good until people found his weak points. It took two sets, but you know, they finally got it. The yellow Vegeta, it took one set. They finally got into that. The Majin Buu, I feel like people didn't give it a chance because it gives you the Ginyu Force vibes, just Ginyu 2.0. People don't give it respect as much as Frieza and the Vegeta. Then the Majin Buu Evil definitely put yellow back on the board. So hopefully Janemba could continue the I'm kind of having a brain fart. Keeps giving yellow the momentum of being one of the you know competitive colors basically. So this is what we're doing. This is what we're getting. So now next, certain clips in a video, I had a screenshot. Um, for Blue Vegeta, you see that they have the two drop Vegeta, Halo Vegeta, and then they have the Goku three drop. So they haven't decided what's it gonna be when it comes down to their effects. But you can tell that these two cards are gonna be the two staple cards into the deck to support the Vegito. For blue, for black, you can see is Goku and Vegeta again. Then you have Pycon. Pycon is into the fusion world. I think this is his first card that he's getting, if I'm not mistaken. Um, definitely see, definitely can see, SS4 Goku maybe uses some of these cards because Goku cards are definitely always filling each other's decks with potentially um, support for each other. Next one is the Janemba. As you can see, they have Bojack's, one of Bojack's henchmen, and they have the Ginyu package once again coming out. But I feel like this Ginyu package, um, really gonna ramp it because I was definitely talking about Ginyu yesterday, and I felt like personally the Ginyu leader and the deck support and everything else to keep that deck like giving them momentum to be back on track was gonna be so difficult because the cards that they coming out wasn't really supporting the deck to like really put pressure on other leaders. But now you have a full sets. You have the Rodo, the Butler, and the Jace. I said Rodo, the Raccoon, the Butler, and the Jace cards. That's actually Ginyu Force. So hopefully these cards you can actually put in the Ginyu deck and see how that functions because these are definitely two drops that you can sustain on summoning because they did come out with the field card that you can summon a two drop or less. I think at the end of the turn or once per turn, whatever. I don't remember what the card really does, but definitely I see Ginyu gonna be a back on track. Not sure if it's gonna be competitive because we don't know what the meta is gonna be for set going into set 5. But I feel like a lot of people's gonna be testing the Ginyu deck once it starts coming out. Even though the Janemba is gonna be there, everybody's been waiting for Janemba to get on the game because Janemba was definitely good in Masters. For so I was told. So I won't be surprised to see um Janemba being one of the big threats when it comes to yellow. Next up, we have green. So it looks like we have in the Krillin and Gohan when I guess when the Frieza saga when Krillin died got killed. So we're gonna have to see what these cards is gonna look like for the support of Goku. But I'm definitely interested on how Set 4 is gonna come out. So hopefully we just continue getting leaks of cards. Hopefully the leaders, because when Set 4 came out, what they did was drop a leader one day at a time. It's nighttime on my side when they drop it, but one day at a time, and they it's good to know what the leaders do because then we can actually see if the cards that we already have out supports these leaders as they're about to come out because that's what Bandai been doing, having these leaders come out and then they don't have support from previous. So the great job that they did was with Baby. Baby was mostly cards of his own. Like you could build this deck on two versions. You could build the whole aggro deck and it's all set for card. Excuse me, all set four cards, and it's still strong as hell. And then you have the control deck that you have to use like set three cards as excuse me and stuff like that. But definitely see them doing that again, but not sure what deck they will do that for. And then last but not least, the new adventures, secret rares. They have the 4-drop Frieza, 30k swing, and then we have another 7-drop. Um, so I guess this. Okay, so it looks like the Frieza 4-drop is gonna be for Frieza itself, or you can put it in the cooler deck because it's definitely a 4-drop and it's a Frieza clan, 30k swinger. And then you have the 7-drop Son Goku that you're gonna play in the new Goku deck. You can definitely play in the Gohan deck that we have for green already. I don't see this playing Vegeta because it's a 7 cost. Um, I don't see this playing an Android, maybe Brawly, depending on the effect and everything else. But I could definitely see multiple decks using these two cards. We just gotta see what these two cards actually does.